Good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you for joining me this morning and watching my A Dog's View show. Um, I'm Jodie Fitzgerald. I am a certified licensed family dog mediator. Hello, hello. Look at Maxine joining me. Thanks for joining. I am a licensed family dog mediator, and I am the CEO and founder of Fits Your Dog Training. And today, I wanted to come on because I'm always trying to find a way to help explain and step into the dog's paws and give a dog's view on life for dogs. And so I was thinking about the word about submission, and a dog. It's a very common word that when people will say a dog is submitting. Um, when they roll over. That's, I think, the most common that I hear is that, like, the dog is showing submission when they roll over. It's a great topic. I think that a friend of mine and I got into a great conversation about it the other day, and it is something I think about a lot. Like, what is a dog doing when it does that? And so, I thought I would just look at some other signs. It's can be like if a dog is suddenly rolling over, it often can be a sign, a submissive sign, and it's rolling over. And I feel like many people misunderstand what it actually is. And sometimes that's when somebody does actually, you hear somebody getting bit because they think the dog is rolling over to be pat on their tummy. And that's a misconception and misunderstanding sometimes of what a dog is meaning, for sure. It's this the fear when they roll over like that. It's a sign of some sort of fear, of somebody having power over you, or being afraid or unsure or feeling unsafe. And it's definitely a sign of stress and other signs that might be going on when you're actually thinking about submission with a dog. Is things like licking their lips, they flattening down, ears go back, they get all stiff. Um, a great example of that, it would be Chico when he first came from a mill. I believe he had been handled so much, so he was okay to be picked up. But the second you picked him up, he just became a stiff little board. You could tell he'd been handled, but he just stiffened right up, and he never was bitey or anything like that with it. He was just obviously like just totally giving in and afraid when you went to pick him up. It was quite interesting to see, and to help him past that too. Um, it's definitely Submission is definitely a symptom of underlying unmet needs and desires. Um, Kind of went over what it looks like. What it causes, what submission can cause, is really compromise somebody's own needs and desires, and feeling like it's a psychological stressor when a dog is submissing all the time. So it's not a good thing it's not a good place for a dog to be. And I do believe that many times people don't even realize, we as humans don't even realize when we are doing this to a dog, when we're making them submit in a fearful, not good way. They're very vulnerable, and it's another also a form of perception of being inferior in social rank. So because you do see some behaviors like that when you see packs of dogs, but I'm trying to talk about with humans. With dogs, it's different, and it's not the same as dominance theory, with as believed, like with the alpha theories. So it's very, very interesting when you get into it and you learn about what the actual psychological damage is to an animal when they are submitting all the time, what it means, what's going on to them. And over time, it can get worse. It's not good. It's not a good place for a dog to be. Um, it's also seen as a form of social defense and self-preservation. Absolutely. It's about self-preservation, feeling safe. And what we really want to do is increase the confidence of dogs that are fearful, that are submissive. And that's definitely starts with how we're being, with how our energy and our even our stance, what we do with our arms and things, with our face. Our face can make such a difference to a dog when they see you being, smiling and being happy, as compared to being like angry, or even when you're flat affect. I do believe dogs are looking at your face for some emotion and reaction and direction very often. So giving a smile can definitely, make a dog feel more comfortable with you and like he wants to do things with you. Um, I also wanted to mention before I go over a couple more things was about how the rolling over stuff. Um, like Herbie, as soon as I got him, he was like he is the definition of a submissive dog. The second you do anything, he rolls over. He's willing to roll over right away, and he just wants you to pat him. It's very interesting though. He doesn't want you to just pat him. Yeah, he does. He wants you to pat him, but he wants you to pat him gently. He has a way he likes to be patted. I think every dog has a way they like to be patted. I think it should start with gentle touch always. And often it's a sign that they want to have their back scratched a bit more, like when they're starting to relax and roll over like that on their back. And you know what else helps them is when you do it with them, you go and lay down on the ground with them. They will roll over even more. That's what I find. Many dogs will roll over more when I get down there with them and sitting on the ground. Um, it's a more relaxing space for them. Um, Hogan never used to roll over. Chico never used to roll over, and now they roll over. I need to sit down, and he just drops. That I could actually go on and on about the stories of these dogs that I have with rolling over. Hogan never used to. It's been about a year and a half now, maybe, that he has started rolling over. Now, when we sit down to and Chico's playful and Herbie's playful, now Hogan has started coming against me and rolling over. He's totally just getting into it and having fun. So I don't believe it's really submission. That's why rolling over is a term that can't just be always a submissive word. It's very interesting. Hi, Nikki. Nikki's on watching on Instagram too. But what they really need to know, what you really need to know, and what the dog really knows is that what the dog really needs is they need consistent leadership, and they need boundaries. They need to feel safe. They need effective, clear rules, and they need to be consistent. They need empathy. They need love, gentle guidance, mediation. I call it mediation because that's what I feel like I'm doing. I'm trying to help people understand what the dog needs. And so that's really it's the self of the dog, what the dog needs. We can use, and what they've learned along the way is always noticeable. It's out there, always learning things, and their genetics is important. And we get to work with the environment to help them learn and feel better and to be more confident. That's why even saying good dog all the time is telling them they are doing things that are right and that are making them, they like to make you happy. And it's way better than always only just hearing no. They need to hear the good stuff. They need to hear when they're doing the right thing. It makes such a difference, and increases their confidence. And every time you give them this good dog stuff, their confidence, it can it's like a child getting a gold star in school. And I love thinking that, when everybody wanted that gold star for being a good kid in school. And dogs need that all the time, especially if you have a dog that is showing submissive behavior and lack of confidence and fear. The best way to get them out of it is to help them feel confident and safe and have, like, it's just amazing. It's like watching a flower bloom sometimes, very often, when you have a submissive and fearful dog. So I could probably go on and on more about that, but I think that sounds pretty good. But it's so important to remember submissive behavior is a symptom of underlying needs not being met and desires not being met, and it's a sign of not feeling safe and feeling inferior in your pecking order, right? And they don't deserve that. You want them to be a part of your family. You want to love them. You want them to be themselves. You want a dog to be a dog. So if you want some help with a dog, if you would like to learn more, please don't hesitate to go to book a call. I know, and you can, my mouse is, go to my website, check it. There's a Speak with Jodie button right there, book a call. I would love to hear from you. I love working with your dogs. I love helping dogs not be afraid anymore, because what a difference it can make when they're not giving that submissive behavior. So thanks for watching, and I hope everybody has a good weekend and a good Friday. I'm looking forward. I have a lot going on this weekend, and it's going to be an exciting weekend. So have a great day and book a call.